Video done by Noor Ayubi and Abir Almadi. Journal is Sport and Exercise Psychology, and the study is the role of body awareness and mindfulness in the relationship between exercise and eating behavior. This study is mainly targeted to women athletes between the ages 18 years to 80 years old, and also psychologists who are looking for info. Female athletes from fitness centers, yoga centers, and from the community were given a questionnaire that included the measures of exercise behavior, body awareness, trait mindfulness, mindful eating, dietary intake, and disordered eating symptoms. In the study, they realized that the relationships between how much exercise is being done and actual food intake was not mediated by trait mindfulness or body awareness. In 1994, Kabat-Zinn defined mindfulness as the awareness resulting from purposely paying attention to the present moment in a non-judgmental way. Mindfulness has been described as a trait, state, and a skill. A trait is a relatively stable characteristic or quality that may represent a portion of one's personality, a quality used to explain an individual's behavior across time and situation. A state, a momentary feeling or thought that changes depending on the situation and time. And a skill, the ability to do something really well, your expertise, your talents, everything like that. These definitions were derived from the textbook of the Sport and Psychology textbook. As a skill, it can be cultivated through many activities such as yoga and meditation, and can be applied to many aspects of life, including your eating behavior. So how well you're eating? Are you eating enough to gain the right amount of energy? Mindful eating is characterized by an increased awareness of and responsiveness to satiety. Satiety is the idea of choosing which way to go, healthy or not. Hunger, energy levels, emotions, and environmental cues. This was developed by Framson in 2009. Framson suggested that the mindful, calm, accepting focus of the mind and body cultivated during yoga practice may extend to the domain of eating and help people to negotiate during difficult food environments. They then found about yoga practices that it was associated with mindful eating, but they did not investigate the quantity or quality of the actual food consumption. Quantity as in how much are you eating, and quality, is it good, is it healthy for you? So therefore, the current study is aimed to investigate the relationship between different types of exercises and eating behavior, and whether this relationship is influenced by individual differences and trait mindfulness. So the method. The participants included 159 female athletes from ages 18 to 80 years old, a mean BMI of 24.93, and they did an average of 6 hours of physical activity each week, 3 hours on moderate intensity cardio-based exercise, and about 1.32 hours in yoga. The remaining time on low intensity activities such as walking and lifting weights. The measures. Demographic variables. The participants provided their height, age, and weight. The exercise participation. The participants indicated the type, frequency, so per week, and hours spent on each physical activity they engaged in. Dietary intake. The participants were asked to complete modified food frequency questionnaire whereby they recorded their consumption over the week of both healthy, like fruits and vegetables, and unhealthy foods on a 9-point scale of 0 to 8. The higher the score indicates greater consumption. Mindful eating. Framson, as we mentioned from before, and his colleagues assessed the participants' degree of non-judgmental awareness regarding the feelings associated with eating. There are 5 domains. Number 1, disinhibition. Number 2, awareness. Number 3, external cues. Number 4, emotional response. Number 5, distraction. Responses ranged from 1, never, to 4, always and frequently. The higher the scores indicated more mindful eating. Trait mindfulness. The Mindful Awareness Attention Scale, Brown and Ryan during 2003 was included to determine the participants' mindfulness in daily life. It consisted of 15 items with responses from a scale of 1, almost always, to 6, almost never. The higher the scores indicate proneness to disordered eating. The likelihood of developing disordered eating behaviors was measured using the drive for thinness, body dissatisfaction, and bulimia. The scale ranging from 1, never, to 6, always. An overall index of disordered eating proneness was calculated by summing the scores for all items, with higher total scores indicated greater eating disturbance. The results included the exercise type, so lifting heavy weights, for example, mindful eating, and your eating behavior. So are you going to go into some type of eating disorder? What is the likelihood of that? So yoga practices were positively correlated with fruits and vegetable intake, the mindful eating, trait mindfulness, and body awareness. Also, the yoga practice was negatively correlated with disorder eating and intake of takeaway food, so fast food, restaurant food. Participation in cardio-based exercise was negatively correlated with trait mindfulness and positively related to disordered eating. For the meditation testing, there was no support for body awareness as a mediator between yoga participation and food consumption. Body awareness did not mediate the relationship between yoga participation. For Table 2, the trait mindfulness did not mediate the relationship between cardio-based exercise and disordered eating. So, likelihood of disordered eating. It is important to investigate how psychological variables influence lifestyles behaviors to support the development of prevention or intervention strategies to decrease the risk factors of chronic disease.